Good morning. Sorry I've been absent. I've been sick for like 10 days. I'm reading from A Woman's Spirit, More Meditations for Women. And today is August 7th. I used to think this is just the way I am. Now I know that I create myself new every day. Jill Clark. Even when we wallowed in drugs and self-pity, we were in charge of our choices. Try as we might to blame others for our failures, the buck stops here. The necessity of taking responsibility for my entire life may be one of the hardest lessons I have to learn. I can start accepting responsibility by following the example of others in this circle of recovery. I can quit blaming parents, teachers, siblings, or neighbors for my problems and habitual defects of character. I must finally accept that I always had choices on how to respond to every transgression against me. As youngsters, we may not have felt empowered to stand up for ourselves, but we must take that step now, or be forever stuck in the patterns of the past. Today is a clean slate. I will be me, whoever I decide me is. I will become a work of art today. I love that. I am a work of art. I am a project in process all the time. Taking responsibility for myself, my behaviors, my happiness, my attitude, that is like, it's a practice for me. I really believe that when I take responsibility for myself, I'm giving myself the gift of freedom. Because when I blame my circumstances and my feelings and my shortcomings and anything, when I blame anyone else for anything that is my life, I've given away all my power. And when I give away all my power, I give away my freedom to choose who I am. And I give away my freedom to decide what kind of attitude and outlook I'm going to have, because that's really the only thing I have control over is me. Whatever's in my hula hoop, that's what I have control over. So I love that meditation. I love that idea of taking full responsibility for the things I've done, for the things I haven't done, for my happiness, for my lack of happiness. When I take full responsibility, then I have choices. If I'm blaming it on somebody else, I'm handing them every ounce of power that I have to affect any kind of change. So I just turned to a page in Heart Talk by Cleo Wade, and it is page 142 and 143, and it says, "The most powerful thing I can do with what I choose is to regularly re-choose it." Relationships run on rededication and recommitment. No relationship can sustain itself on one big gesture or one moment of shining behavior. Harmony and stability in our relationships with ourselves, our families, our friends, and our partners come from showing up every single day with a fresh desire for growth, intimacy, and goodness. Love cannot flourish on autopilot. I'm going to say that again. Love cannot flourish on autopilot. It requires renewed devotion every moment of every day. Devote yourself to love. And that's taking responsibility, right? It's taking responsibility for nurturing all the relationships that matter to me. The relationship first with my higher power, the relationship to myself, and then the relationship to those I love, and the relationship to all other sentient beings on the planet, right? It requires renewed devotion every moment of every day. And when I take responsibility for that, then I get to be the change that I want to create in the world. I get to have some sort of, and I'm not saying this in an arrogant way, but some sort of influence. My sphere of influence. I get to choose what exists in my sphere of influence. And I love that. Relationships run on rededication and recommitment. The most powerful thing I can do with what I choose is to regularly re-choose it. So, that's what I got for you today. Today I am re-choosing to be engaged through this platform, through this social media. I'll finish with this. My Reiki teacher, the last time I took a class from her, she talked about having conversations with AI every morning, and I was like, really? Wow, that's kind of, wow, AI, the big scary thing. And she said, every conversation we have with that is educating it. And I want that system to be full of everything that I know and I believe. And so, I think that applies to not just to AI, but to all the conversations I have with the people in my life, right? I want to inject love and kindness and responsibility into my sphere of influence. So there you go. That's what I got for you today. I love you. Hi, Breeze. Thank you so much for watching. I get a big smile on my face every time I see you pop up on my screen. I just want to tell you that. And I hope you're having a beautiful day. And I will talk to you soon. That's your Zen way. That's your Zen way for today.